Hey Pisces, I'm here for another reading for you today, so feel free to take in a deep breath, connect with that inner source of yours to see what parts of this reading may be for you. Now, as always, it's a general and timeless reading for all Pisces placements, so just take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't for the next person. And if you would like a personal reading, a one-on-one personal session with me, Akashic Records for past life healing, anything else, you can go to 144bluerosetemple.com or you can email me. All of that information is in the box below. And just a reminder that we do have the flash offer for the Lionsgate portal, $35 mini readings. Feel free to go to the website or you can email me. All of the information is in the box below to claim your mini reading. There's only 20 of them for the Lionsgate portal. And just as always, thank you for your love and thank you for being here today. If my energy or my readings resonate with you, feel free to subscribe. Go click on that notification bell and go like that like button so you can know when the next reading does come out. And so I can connect more with your energy in the readings. Now, Pisces, what are you building? What are you creating is what I would ask, as we have Imhotep here, visionary. Now, some of you could even be a carpenter. And as soon as I say that, Yeshua's just coming through too. It is rumored that Yeshua was a high priest of Imhotep, with him being a carpenter. Do we know that? We don't know. But Yeshua can resonate with you. A lot of the ancient Egyptian and Kemetic energy here too. Pisces, there is something it is though. And what I'm seeing is like your third eye projecting out some sort of light. And it like manifesting into matter. 144 as I look at the clock over there. Okay, so whatever that you're creating, it's very divine. It's like from the third eye, just straight into whatever, the earth, the canvas, whatever it is for you, Pisces. All right, but definitely in this energy of creation. For Pisces, why Imhotep and visionary? For Pisces, why Imhotep and visionary? Yes, you are creating, and for some of you, from the stars, okay, we have galactic wisdom, cosmic ritual here, the light priestess, all right, but it says galactic wisdom, completion, reunion, and return over here. Now, what I'm also seeing is a past life of yours where you either worked with, and for some of you, you already know this, and this will just be your confirmation in the reading, or when I say this, it can feel familiar to you. I'm seeing you be the right hand of a very famous inventor, or even high priest or priestess, but you're their right hand. Or you are the one who was creating it, and maybe someone else was your right hand. So maybe that person's coming back around, that right hand of whoever it was. But that's what I'm seeing here, Pisces. There's some sort of galactic wisdom that is being channeled by you and whatever it is that you create and that you do. How did the ancient Egyptians build the pyramids, the stars, the galaxies? They built it very intricately, very intentionally and consciously. Of every formula, every point of the temple was channeled by the stars. For Pisces, why do we have the light priestess, Imhotep visionary, homeward traveler, completion, reunion, and return? Freya can resonate with you, abundance. Now, Freya is a Norse goddess of abundance, of love, of beauty, of motherhood, of magic. We do have Kurukula over here, repelling what does not serve you, what is not of your own energy, attracting what is in alignment on a soul level over here with the Kurukula. And then we do have new moon over here, okay? So the new moon, there could be a lot of new things that are coming in for the new moon. And every new moon, no matter what new moon it is for you, again, whenever you're watching this, it can be for you. The new moons are about what's coming in. The new moons are about the new. All right, so Pisces, it looks like though a lot of you are welcoming in some sort of energy of abundance over here. Freya has been coming out in the collective too, so some of you may resonate with Freya or even Odin. All right, for Pisces. And what Spirit's also saying in this reading, Pisces, some of you are receiving visions, insights, and downloads that feel much bigger than you. Some of you are receiving messages and so contracts from your Akashic records that, you know, you may look at your life right now of like, oh, that's just big thinking. That's just big talking. I don't know why I also hear big dog. Like you guys are you're having some big dog conversations with God in the Akashic records. It's beyond your finite understanding now. It doesn't mean that it's not possible. Okay, so for some of you, don't judge what's coming through. All right, for Pisces, for this reading today, why do we have the Light Priestess, Galactic Wisdom, Cosmic Ritual, Imhotep, Visionary, Homeward Traveler, Completion, Reunion, and Return? I see Pisces, a lot of success. I see things going your way, and whatever that may mean. Like, what does it mean for things to go your way? Maybe that means positively, right? Most people feel like things are going their way when things feel positive. I do see positivity here, Pisces. I see success. I see a challenging cycle in the midst of your success. It's interesting, Pisces, though. Like, this isn't a reading where it's like, oh my gosh, I have this success, and then this karmic cycle comes, and the law of octave is also coming through. We were talking about that in the free Mind of the Mystery School Initiate workshop, that law of octave, which is the law of time and the law of completion, of how all things complete. You know, oftentimes it's like, oh, karmic cycle, negativity, I'm not meant to do that, or this or that. The law of octave says otherwise. The law of octave says expect for the lion, the strength card, right? I almost said the lion's card. The strength card to come in. These are clearings. These are actually a part of your making, a part of all of your becoming. It's not a karmic cycle. You're not actually coming out of alignment. That's what I'm seeing here. You know, again, maybe I mentioned that positivity, negativity thing here, Pisces, of stepping out of the dualistic mind, right? Where I do see that there are, I'm not going to call them negative cycles or even karmic cycles, mastery. Cycles of mastery that come up for you, Pisces, in the midst of your winning and your success. And so what I see is like winning, right? Or what you feel like is winning or successful. And I don't see a big dip. But naturally, that's what it would go. That is the law of octave, right? It's just, and that's what I'm seeing here. You turn into the Queen of Wands by the end of this reading, Pisces, over here. The King or the Queen of Wands, all right? A lot of power in this reading. We are in Leo season, Lionsgate portal coming up, or Lionsgate rather coming up. So whenever you're watching this, it can be for you. But that's what Spirit is saying, is to have courage, confidence, yet patience with yourself, where things will happen, but they're not dark night of the souls. They're not like, oh my God, you know, spiritual attacks, karmic cycles, negativity. These are just simply tests of your mastery amidst your winning. And then Pisces, you win more, is like what I'm seeing here. For Pisces, why the Six of Wands? For Galactic Wisdom, Imhotep. For Pisces, why Galactic Wisdom, Imhotep, Visionary, Homeward Traveler, Completion, Reunion, Return. Why Completion, Reunion, Return? No, what Spirit is saying here, Pisces, is yes, you've got the power. Be mindful about allowing in some sort of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, because you've got it already. For Pisces, why the Seven of Swords, Five of Wands, and Queen of Wands here? Yeah, what Spirit is saying here, Pisces, is in general, you've got it. You know, like you've got it. You're learning your cycles, mastering your cycles, whatever it may be. What Spirit is saying is to be mindful of some sort of help that you receive in the midst of going through a hard time, where you've really got it, Pisces. What I see is a hand of help. You end up needing help because of the hand of help. I'm just hearing help. I forget where that's from. Like what TV show? That's what I'm seeing over here. Where's Pisces energy when it comes to this Queen of Wands? This Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It was a lesson, Pisces. For some of you, this was a lesson of, oh, I actually had it already going on. You know, it's like, oh, I did actually. I had it. I was looking for some sort of help. It turned out worse than what it was before, Pisces. And this is someone who has a lot of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in their chart. And so it was deception behind it. Whether it was intentional for some of you, this was not intentional, but the damage is done. Why Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Wands here for Pisces? Why Wheel of Fortune, the Six of Wands here for Pisces? Yeah, Empress card, Pisces. You have a lot of beautiful things coming in for you, or that have been coming in for you already, really. Why Six of Coins with the Strength card here for Pisces? It's not always what we expected, right? Like I'm thinking about shamanism and plant medicine ceremonies where it's not always, you know, that's just spirituality, Justice card. That's spirituality in general. You know, we go into, say like a coffee shop. And in the coffee shop, you logically, I just ordered coffee, and so I'm expecting coffee. Logically, you're going to get coffee because you ordered a coffee. Spirituality doesn't work that way. You know, it's like spirituality is not a service in the sense of like, well, I ordered coffee. You ordered coffee, but there may be other things that you need on a soul level, or this, or that. When it comes to spirituality, there are, say, infinite possibilities. You know, and probably the same thing if you order a coffee. They can make something else by mistake. But again, that example where you order a coffee, for the most part, you're going to get a coffee. Spirituality, just in general. What I do see here is Pisces. This was a lesson of kind of doing something just by yourself, because this person left you in a even worse state of where you started. So you accepted some sort of hand of like help from someone. And it could have been some sort of soul lesson of like Pisces. You know, what I'm also thinking of, you know, when the teacher disappears, the student is ready. Like Pisces, no, Pisces, you are ready, right? You are ready, Pisces. And whatever that this was some sort of awakening for you about who you really are, about yourself. For some of you, not self-sacrificing because this person, they didn't help you. And maybe it felt that way, right? Because I do see you in a worse position. And I mean worse than when you accepted that person's help. Or than before, right? So you're doing great, doing fine. Someone comes into your life with like, hey, you take the hand, woof, your whole life changes in a not great way. There was something to learn there. What's the lesson here for Pisces? What's the lesson here for Pisces? You know, and this does happen, Pisces, where, you know, we question ourselves, you know, and rightfully so. You want to make sure that you're truly receiving what you're receiving from God, from Source, from Spirit. You know exactly how to lead yourself, Pisces. You know what you're doing. Even when other people don't think that you know what you're doing, you do know what you're doing. Kind of like the Fool card over here. That little one thing, Pisces. This doesn't look like something big. It looks like a hand being offered. Life changes in a not good way. At least not good to you, right? Or maybe to the ego. Definitely to the ego over here. It was not good to the ego. There was something there. Number one, what Spirit is saying, Pisces, too, is for some of you, you know your soul destiny. You know what God prophesizes to you. And so, that's all you need. And sometimes we do, you want to connect, I think every human needs maybe some form of validation. Like we don't in general, but we need people, right? Connection, this, that. You actually already had it before you met this person. And this person really taught you of like, oh wow, like I've got the power within me. All right. I do see your dreams will come true, Pisces. And also, this person was leading you somewhere that was not your soul's highest truth. It says luxury here, abundance, and it says God's will. And I do see 5 of Pentacles where it's like someone comes in, and they say they're going to help you. And the only thing I will mention is, like when you go to like a shamanic ceremony, again, like you could say, oh, I want to go to a shamanic ceremony. I want to come back home to myself. It's often though a release of like, oh wow, this happened, that happened afterwards. And that actually still has to do with the ceremony. I remember a shamanic ceremony I did 3 years ago where my intention was like to come back to my heart, sacred union with myself. I lost my car a few days after. A lot, and it was a lot of masculine material things 3 years ago that I lost. Or I'm like, I'm going to come home to my heart, to myself. We think with our ego, love and light, we're going to go into a shamanic ceremony and come to the heart, maybe a heart release. No, a few days after that, car goes out, this goes out, that goes out. What is that? Masculine energy, right? What did it say me to do? To come home to my heart. And I'm just giving that example though, where I'm giving both sides of it. That's the spiritual perspective of like, well, what did those things without of you that you lost represent to your ego, right? To your identity, the way of which you identified with those things, and so that's what I'm just seeing here too, where I'm seeing both sides of those things, where in shamanism, it does serve some sort of purpose. However, what I maybe will mention here, Pisces, is it's either just not what you expected, right? Where you're just like, no, I didn't take your hand for all this to happen to me, and it ended up happening. I will say that though, at the end of the day, it was a lesson that you really got it within you. We're like, yes, it could serve in some way, shape, or form. Maybe for some of you, you feel like you didn't have to go through that. Whatever resonates with you, it has changed you either way. It has changed you. All right. Now, why the Chariot card, 7 of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles for Pisces? Why the 7 of Cups? Pisces, you're going to have it all, period. Oh, my motherfuckers. Am I going to have to start calling Pisces that word again? Because the 10 of Pentacles keeps coming out. Like 2 years ago, and I used to call you 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. Pisces, it looks like you took someone's hand of help of something here. It didn't go exactly as planned, not to the ego at all. However, what it has showed you, Pisces, is you really can lead yourself. You have such intuitive insight. Maybe you question yourself. Every maybe individual has some sort of imposter syndrome, right? This reading, Pisces, after this, no more imposter syndrome. Like that was your final karmic lesson of I'm done with imposter syndrome. Pisces, you are who you are. You've got it. You've got the connection to source. Okay, you've got the creativity. You've actually really got the success. And as you realign back home over here, as you realign back to your highest timeline, back to higher self, Pisces, you can have it all. And anyone that's like, hey, Pisces, come here, come with me, let's do this. No, Pisces, like, you're really meant for it all. You will have abundance and security of whatever that is for you. You will have a 10 of Pentacles. You will be a Queen of Pentacles. You know, we're Pisces. You're ruled by water. You are someone who is actually meant to have some sort of abundance. That is like God's will for you. Some sort of success and abundance of whatever that looks like and feels like for you. You're not delusional, 7 of Cups over here. You see what you see. And for some of you, the journey to like your soul destiny, right? Like say the journey home is not concrete. There are infinite paths or many, what is the quote? All paths lead home. There's many paths that lead back home, Pisces, but you know what home is. You know your soul destiny. You know of whatever that is, and maybe just simply calling it your soul's truth. You know your soul's truth. And with that, you've got the navigation, that soul and heart compass to navigate your life. And so that's what I'm seeing here. It's like you accepted some sort of help. Someone came into your life. Whoa, that was not the help you expected. Did it even help? Is like what it's showing over here, Pisces. And again, when it comes to things like shamanism, it's often a release of material items, you know, means something to the ego, to your identity, etc. You release that, take off the layers, right? Come back home to yourself. But what this reading is really saying, Pisces, is a part of this reading is saying, did you need to go through that? And not in a sense of like something bad happened. This is more within you of like, oh, wow, let me just really look at how my life was before this. Let me be thankful for it. 144 as I say that. And how can you continue co-creating from here? Because honestly, Pisces, in the beginning of the reading, you already had it. You already had it. And that one hand, oof, it changed your life. I do see you coming back into alignment though, Pisces, over here. All right, now let's see what the advice is. What is the advice for Pisces? The Fool card, you're back into alignment. All right, brand new journey, brand new cycle, back to innocence. Why the Fool card over here for Pisces? Why the Fool card for Pisces? And really it feels like, you know, with the innocence, the naivety though too, because we have the 5 of Cups. Why the Fool card with the 5 of Cups here for Pisces? No more naive Oh yeah, 10 of Pentacles, Pisces. Okay? This is your soul's highest truth. No more naive, Pisces. You know, it ended up in a 5 of Cups. You know, you showed up with the white rose over here. Kicked over cups for you, Pisces. You're in a brand new cycle, okay? You are coming back into alignment, or you're already back into alignment, Pisces. And with that, you have the soul wisdom to navigate the cycle and to have discernment, to have the boundaries for this not to happen again. All right, so it does feel like a final karmic lesson here, Pisces. What is some advice for Pisces? Woman holding a heart, and then the crown chakra over here, endured to value. Yeah, Pisces, any abundance that comes into your life, it matches your heart space. You know, I am definitely seeing some sort of heart to crown alignment. So definitely a lot of upper chakra activation or balancing and clearing here, Pisces. What is another card? Another piece of advice for Pisces. What is another piece of advice for the Pisces? Fairy energy, growth, expansion of flowering over here. All right, now fairies can resonate with you. It also feels like just in general, Pisces, growth is happening, which I saw at again, the beginning of the reading, Pisces. You had so much growth, a lot of success, a lot of advancement. You touched the wrong hand, Pisces. You touched the wrong hand, and you touched that person's hand and just, it taught you a lesson. You had an awakening because of it. And I see you back into your alignment over here. Okay, you're in a brand new cycle, Pisces. All right, I'm going to grab just a few more cards. What are a few more cards for Pisces? A few more cards for Pisces. This reading for Pisces. No more hiding over here. And really, Pisces. And as soon as I say that, I get my parakeet kiwi that starts tweeting. Always tweets at the right time. No more hiding. And for me, parakeets represent joy and just fun. no more hiding, Pisces, that you actually were doing better than you thought you were. Pisces, you had it in the bag, all right? And again, you learned a lot from this situation. It's interesting here, Pisces, as you're not actually changing your life over here after this situation. You're coming back to where you were. It's like you're realizing of like, oh, I actually already had it going on, you know? And then a lot of awakening here, a lot of forgiveness. You had to clean up your entire life after like just touching hands with this person. For some of you, maybe physical, you know, for others of you, just someone that came in of like, hey, come in here. Let's work together. Let's, you know, for some of you, maybe this came in as like a hand of help. And maybe, again, on a soul level, like the ego did not help your ego, which, I mean, not a lot will, but it definitely helped you on a soul level, though. Realize that, like, you really, no more imposter syndrome, Pisces. That imposter syndrome is going out the door after this situation, okay? You are who you say you are. You are even beyond of who you know you are. And you've really got it going, Pisces, okay? So trust your intuition. I'm going to grab just a few more cards, actually. What else do we have for Pisces? What else do we have for Pisces? Krishna. No action needed. Asia. Okay, so Asia can resonate with you. Maybe even some of the Hindu gods and goddesses. We do have Krishna over here as well. We have no action needed. You know, and I think of another oracle deck that I have. And there's a Krishna card that says your devotion is recognized. Trust your spiritual guidance, okay? No action needed. Trust your spiritual guidance, all right? And I do see that there is alignment coming in for you. It is interesting where, you know, you awaken from the situation to kind of just go back to yourself over here, you know. But Pisces, you've got it in the bag, and there's a lot of abundance, success, and joy that's really coming in for you. That's what I have for you, Pisces. I do hope that it resonates. I'm sending you all so much love and so many blessings to your day.